Welcome to the deep dive. You can probably feel it too, right? There's this huge buzz, just this electric anticipation building around a massive new film.
Oh, definitely. A classic story, one everyone knows, but on a scale we haven't really seen before.
Exactly. And today, that's what we're diving into. The very first look, that initial teaser drop for the Ramayana film.
Mm-hmm.
All the details we're discussing, they come straight from a recent piece by Ajtak.
Right. A good source for the initial breakdown.
So our mission today is pretty simple. Unpack the key bits of info, the really important takeaways from this first look. We're talking the title reveal, which was a bit of a surprise, the cast, the story hints.
Basically give you the shortcut to understanding what this huge project is all about right from the start.
Precisely. Okay, let's get into it. The first thing, maybe the most immediate thing from the Ajtak article was the actual name. We've all been saying the Ramayana film, but the teaser nailed down the official title, didn't it?
It did, yeah. And it's interesting, not just Ramayana, but the Yorig and Ateno Ramayana, with that Rama sound.
Ramayanam. What's the significance of that choice, do you think?
Well, it's the Sanskrit form. Using that Ramayanam, it feels deliberate. It immediately roots the film in that original ancient context.
Ah, okay. So less like a modern interpretation, perhaps?
Possibly. Or at least signaling a deep respect for the source text. It gives it this instant weight, this epic classical feel right off the bat. More than just, Ramayana, the movie.
That makes sense. Adds a layer of authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
And the teaser itself, the article mentions A.R. Rahman's music kicks things off.
Yeah, which is huge in itself, right? A.R. Rahman means scale, it means something grand, often with a spiritual undertone.
Definitely sets a mood. So how does the teaser use that opening to, frame the story?
Well, it apparently dives straight into this cosmic setup, talking about a time before time itself,
Okay.
where the universe's balance is held by Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva the creator, preserver, destroyer, establishing this sort of primordial peace.
Right, the foundational myth, gods, sages, humans, demons, all living together initially.
Exactly. Setting up this ideal world, this perfect balance, which makes the coming conflict feel even more disruptive.
And speaking of disruption, that piece obviously doesn't last. How does the teaser introduce the conflict? What's the turning point?
This is where it gets dramatic, according to the article. The teaser talks about a power rising from this balance, unlike any seen before.
Ah, okay.
Enter Ravana.
Precisely. Described as the most terrifying and unconquerable king, someone whose roar shakes the heavens. It's not subtle.
Wow. And does it give him a clear motivation, or is it just, being evil?
No, it seems pretty specific. The article says the teaser makes it clear. Ravana's goal is to destroy Vishnu.
Vishnu, the preserver.
Yeah, because Vishnu always stood against his kind, the Asuras or demons. So it sets up this really direct, almost personal clash from the start. It's not just abstract good versus evil.
That raises the stakes immediately. So Ravana rises, aims to destroy Vishnu. How does Vishnu respond in the teaser's narrative? That's the core of it, isn't it? The teaser shows Vishnu descending to Earth. But, and this is key, in his weakest form.
As a human, as Ram.
Exactly, as the human Prince Ram. Which perfectly sets up the central conflict the teaser highlights. Ram versus Ravana.
Human versus immortal.
Light versus dark. The teaser frames it as this battle that never ends, a cosmic battle, all about destiny and the triumph of good.
And the article notes it connects that ancient story to today, saying it still guides millions.
Right, emphasizing its timelessness, its enduring power. It's not just history. It's presented as something still relevant.
Okay, so after setting up that huge narrative scale, the teaser finally gives us some visuals, right? What did Ajtak report about what we actually see?
Yeah, the visual reveals are always what people wait for. First, the title itself appears, Bido.
Got it.
Then apparently a glimpse of rocking star Yash as Ravana, but described as concealed.
Concealed. Interesting. So not a full reveal yet.
Seems like it. Suggests maybe a slow burn, building up his presence. Then there's Ranbir Kapoor as young Lord Ram.
And what's he doing?
The article mentions seeing him shooting arrows and climbing and jumping trees. So showing his active, maybe formative years,
Yeah.
his journey.
Okay, active and young. Anything else visually striking?
Yes, apparently a close-up, but only of half of Ranbir's face. And they specifically mention a special ring on his finger.
A special ring. Any theories on that?
Well, the article doesn't speculate much, but yeah, it's intriguing. Could be anything, right? A link to his father, Dasharath, a divine artifact, maybe connected to a specific weapon or power he gains later. It's definitely a detail that sparks curiosity.
for sure. Something for fans to obsess over. Now, speaking of Ranbir and Yash,
Yeah.
the cast, the article confirms some huge names.
Absolutely. It locks in Ranbir Kapoor as Lord Ram, Yash as Ravana. That's massive.
And Sai Pallavi as Sita.
Yes, Sai Pallavi confirmed as Sita, Ravi Dubey as Lakshman, and Sunny Deol as Hanuman. That's quite an ensemble.
It really is. But there was one other piece of casting news in the Ajtak piece that, wow, it just feels significant, especially for people who remember the original TV series. Arun Govil.
Ah, yes. That is really something special. Arun Govil, who was Lord Ram for an entire generation in that iconic TV show.
He's playing Dasharath, Ram's father, in this film.
Exactly. It's just perfect casting in a way. It's more than just filling a role. It's this beautiful nod to the past, a bridge between generations.
That's symbolic passing of the torch, almost.
Completely. It adds this layer of emotional resonance, a sense of legacy right away. It's a masterstroke, really.
It sounds like an absolutely monumental project.
Huh.
The article mentions Namit Malhotra producing, Nitesh Tiwari directing.
Yes. Big names behind the camera, too. And that scale is reflected in how they're releasing it.
Right, the release strategy. What did the article say about that?
It's ambitious. It's going to be 2 parts.
2 parts.
Okay.
Like some other recent epics.
Exactly.
Wow.
Part 1 is slated for Diwali 2026.
Diwali 2026. Okay, still a ways off that.
Yeah, and then Part 2 is planned for Diwali 2027.
Wow, so a full year between them.
It really shows the scope they're aiming for. It lets them avoid rushing the story, allows for that depth, you know. Plus, it builds anticipation over a longer period. Makes it a multi-year event. A true cinematic event, yeah. Okay, so let's quickly recap what we've learned from this first look, based on the Ajtak article.
Let's do it.
First, the official title. Ayardiginam, Ramayanam, grounding it in tradition.
Right. Then the teaser sets up this grand cosmic story arc from primordial peace to Ravana's rise.
Driven by a desire to destroy Vishnu, leading to Vishnu's incarnation as the human prince, Ram.
Setting up that timeless battle, Ram versus Ravana, light versus dark.
We got those first visual hints, the title, a concealed Yash as Ravana, a young, active Ranbir as Ram.
And that intriguing detail of the special ring.
Plus the star-studded cast confirmed. Ranbir, Yash, Sai Pallavi, Ravi Dubey, Sunny Deol.
And crucially, Arun Govil as Dasharath, linking back to the iconic TV series.
And finally, the release plan. 2 epic parts, hitting screens Diwali 2026 and Diwali 2027. It really paints a picture of a project with immense scale and deep respect for the source material.
Absolutely. It feels like they're truly aiming to do justice to its enduring power.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, and as Ludgorn gears up to tell this story across 2 massive films, here's something to think about. What parts of this epic, this timeless story, do you feel are the most essential for a modern film adaptation to capture? What elements absolutely need to be there to resonate with audiences around the world today?